But then there's another aspect of this conversation, and it's the financial aspect of things. And I'm not that deep into the financials. Um, can you share some overview of what has been done so far, what has been spent so far, or invested so far, or achieved so far?
Sure. So far, I'll talk in cash flows because this is what matters. Um, so we have spent a total of about $300,000. We have invested $300,000 in the business in the last 10 months. We have made $110,000 cash inflow, which means that about 200K have come out of our pocket. This for 10 months for a highly performing team and the traction that we're having is amazing. This is very very good metrics. We're bootstrapping this. No, I'm not receiving a salary, and uh, yeah,
I
and
am.
yeah, but everybody on the team is taking some kind of pay cut, and
Yeah.
this is important for the startup because um, uh, the money is coming out of our pocket, and people who believe in the project, they are ready to make a sacrifice in the short run for the reward in the long run, and this is important way in which we incentivize the people. Now, in terms of the financials, we did it in several steps. So the first 3 months, it was all about experimentation. So there was no legal entity, and we were just taking people from different projects, and they were helping out. Then on the third month, when we brought in 10K into these existing companies, by the way, and not in the Team-GPT company, we incorporated, we funded the company, and then we started making all expenses from this company.
Yeah.
Now, in September, we made the first increase in this. It's a stepwise function,
Okay.
and you start with like scrappy with almost no money, then you spend, you start spending a bit more money, and then you go to the next level and you start investing more. I briefly mentioned I think in a different episode that I wanted to add one or two team members per month.
Yeah, it's the team episode.
Yeah, this did not work out as well as I thought. But in fact, in some months we had 3-4 new team members. In others we had zero, and we were onboarding the previous team.
Yeah.
3-4. But right now in our Slack we have about 25 people, out of which about 10 are full time, and yeah, we're burning about, right now we are spending about $75,000 per month, and we're bringing in about $25,000 a month. So we're burning about $50K in cash, which is not enough to build a unicorn, but it is a very very decent burn rate for a business, and especially because we're bootstrappers and we've never raised funding in our lives. This is an important thing. We have the good cost understanding of the cost, the expenses. We're on top of the expenses all the time, and we're trying to lower the expenses at every possible turn, and this is an important thing. Now, I am certain that when building a product, this is a very very highly resource intensive activity. And just do the quick math. If you want two high performing developers which don't have equity or anything, this is gonna cost you $20,000-$30,000 per month, no matter where you are in the world. If you have good ones, multiply this by 12 for 12 months, and you're looking at something like $300,000, $350,000 for a year just with two developers. Building products is extremely expensive, and it has to be underlined that when you're doing a service, when you're doing e-commerce, these things you can ramp up in a slower way. When you're doing product, you need a lot of cash to be able to scale it. And I always say, build the MVP prototype without any money, and then try to get your first clients on your own. Don't get external funding before you know that you're onto something for
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
before you've built many of the stuff. So this is about our financial literacy. By the way, I've graduated in finance, and I've been the chief financial person in many places.
Yeah.
Right now, we have a person who is on top of these things, but financial literacy is very important.